So guys, once again, very good morning all of you. Welcome back. So in the previous session before the break, we have discussed a lot of concepts and I have tried to explain you the terminology of what is cost, what is costing, what is cost accounting, cost accountancy, management accountancy, then what is cost management, all these things we have discussed. And before that, I also tried to explain you the difference between cost, price, value. So there is so much of theory to be discussed in first chapter, like, classification of cost is there. There are so many other items also. But too much of the theory will make you sleep. You will not enjoy the subject. So what I do is, now we'll solve some small problems. We'll solve some small problems, like, a warm-up exercise before you really go to do some cardio workouts or heavy workouts. So we'll do some small warm-up. Shall we do it? Yes, start. Put the heading problems. I'll explain you some small problems. Problem number one. Problem number one. Right on. Mr. A sells apples on 4/3/2021. That means yesterday. Today is 5/3/2021. No? So on 4/3/2021, after sales, he has 25 apples in hand. On 5/3/2021, he bought 500 apples for trading purpose. During the day, he sold 488 apples. During the day, he sold 488 apples. What is the closing stock for 5/3/2021? Ting ting ting. Answer bolo. Hello, I want your answer. I'm not going to explain this. Guys, may I get the answer, please? I'm looking at the chat box. Who will tell the answer first? Some student is saying 37, some student is saying 25 plus 500 minus 488. 25 plus 500 minus 488. The answer is 37. Correct answer. Sir, I did not get the correct answer for this. What to do, sir? Straight to go to 7th floor and jump from there. If you do not get this answer also correct, what can I tell me? So, shall we go to problem number 2? For the month of February 2021, the following details are extracted from the cost records of A Limited. Right on. For the month of February 2021, the following details are extracted from the cost records of A Limited. Closing stock of raw material X. Closing stock of raw material X. 500 units. During March 2021. The following details are given. Purchase of raw material X. $28,500 units. Issued to production. 22,750 units. What is the closing stock? Answer bolo. Can I say last month closing is current month opening? No. This, add this, minus this. Now, how come someone is saying 500 plus 22,750? Ray, this is February closing is March opening. This is opening, add purchases, less issued to production, consumption. So closing. 6250 is closing. You understand it? Now you tell me, opening stock, add purchases, less closing stock is equal to, can I say this is opening stock, add purchases minus closing stock is equal to consumption or raw material consumed? Opening stock, add purchases, less closing stock is equal to cost of goods sold. So this is my statement 1. This is my statement 2. So do you think statement 1 is right or statement 2 is right? Guys, I have given 2 statements. Opening stock, add purchases minus closing stock is raw material consumed. Opening stock, add purchases minus closing stock is cost of goods sold. So which one is correct according to you? Hello, I'm waiting for answer. I want you to tell me what is the answer. So one student is saying 1 is correct. Another student is saying both are correct. What about others? Sethuraman is saying both are correct. So correct answers are coming from Tamil Nadu. Wrong answers are coming from one other state. I do not want to tell the state. That becomes racism, regional feeling. Bad, very bad. Nivin is saying both. Correct. See, this is for manufacturer. Manufacturer point of view. For raw materials. This is a trader point of view for finished goods. So if you are a trader, you buy and sell finished good, then you'll take 2. Opening stock, add purchases minus closing stock is equal to cost of goods sold. So I told you Apple, Mr. A buys and sells Apple. He will apply second formula. In our first example, Mr. A sells Apple, buys Apple and sells Apple. So he'll follow this. Opening stock, add purchases minus closing stock is equal to cost of goods sold. In second example, A Limited is manufacturer of one final product. For that they consume raw material. So they apply first equation. Opening stock, add purchases minus closing stock is equal to raw material consumed. So both the statements are correct from different points of view. If you remember in your CA foundation or CA CPT, you might have studied only this. They might have told you opening stock, add purchases minus closing stock is equal to cost of goods sold. 1 lakh times teacher might have told you. 1 lakh times your teacher might have told you. Why? Because there you do only financial accounting, no? You will not do costing. You will not prepare manufacturer point of view statements, you'll prepare trader point of view financial statements. Majority of cases, production account, manufacturing account, rarely you use. Trading P&L account, you'll calculate more. No, that is the reason you say this is cost of goods. You understand? Okay, now we'll do one problem from our beautiful ICI study material. 6th chapter, cost sheet. I am not going to give any briefing or any introduction to this. The theory, introduction, all these things I'll tell you later. All the things I'll tell you later. Straight to problem. Now student will ask, Pawan sir, do you think we'll be able to do that? Common sense is more required than intelligence, I'm telling you. You'll be easily able to do this. With basic common sense also, you'll be able to do this. So illustration 1, I'm reading out illustration 1. The following data relates to manufacture of a standard product during the month of April 2020. Raw material 1,80,000, direct wages 90,000, machine hours worked 10,000, machine hour rate 8. So overheads is equal to number of hours worked into hourly rate. Overheads is equal to. Can you calculate and tell me? Can you calculate and tell me what is the overhead cost for that particular month? How many number of hours worked is given? Per hour, what is the rate is given? Expenses. Overheads, can you calculate and tell me how much? Hello, I'm waiting for your answer. You have worked for 10,000 hours. Per hour, machine will consume 8 rupees cost. What is the total cost consumed by this machine during the month? I'm waiting for your answer. Correct. Sarath is saying 10,000 into 8 is equal to 80,000. Sarath, correct answer. 80,000, correct answer. One more answer came from a student. Correct answer. Very good. That's all. Then administration overheads. General administration overheads 35,000. Selling overheads per unit 5. Units produced 4,000. Units sold 3,600. Selling price per unit 125. Guys, can you calculate and tell me sales? Total sales. I want you to calculate and tell me total sales. So take your calculator, number of units 4,000 into, no, number of units sold is 3,600 into 125. So how many of you got 4,50,000? Correct answer. 4,50,000 is correct answer. So students are responding, I'm happy. Everybody has to respond, okay. Your answer is wrong, doesn't matter. But you are not responding, definitely matters. You should be proactive. Otherwise, you cannot write the answers in the exam. You should be proactive. If you tell wrong answer, doesn't matter. No need to feel shy, no need to feel shame, no need to feel bad. Tell wrong answers, doesn't matter. We'll learn from that. But if you are not attempting, my dear friends, that is wrong attitude. So if 10 students are there in the class, 10 answers should come. If 100 students are there in the class, 100 answers should come. Everybody has to respond. Even if I ask 2 plus 2 is equal to how much, you should say 4. Chiller. Hello. Everything counts. You have to respond. Okay. 4,50,000 answers came. Very good. Then can you tell me, is there any closing stock? Can you tell me, is there any closing stock? Yes. How much? What is the closing stock? So you produced 4,000. No opening stock is given. You sold 3,600. So can I say in your hand you have 400 units? Correct. 400 is correct answer. Then you're required to prepare a cost sheet in respect of above showing cost per unit, profit for the month. Cost per unit, they want cost per unit, they want profit for the month. Shall we do it? Hello, shall we do it? Yes. So put the heading, chapter 6, problem number 1, page number 6.09. Chapter 6, cost sheet. Page number 6.09. Problem number 1. Statement showing calculation of cost per unit. Statement showing calculation of cost per unit. Particulars, cost per unit, total for 4,000 units. Okay, so you will prepare a statement like this. Particulars, cost per unit, total for 4,000 units, because the production is 4,000 now. Okay, prepare this table. Now let us go to the problem. In the problem, what they are saying, raw material 1,80,000, raw materials total 1,80,000, raw material total 1,80,000. Can you calculate what is cost per unit? Guys, raw material total cost is 1,80,000. Can you calculate cost per unit? Tell me the answer. So take 1,80,000 divided by 4,000. My answer is ready. Janani is saying 45. What about others? I want answer from everyone. Basic problems, if you are not answering, how will you answer advanced problems? Correct. Very good. Everybody say 45. This is raw material cost. Next, direct wages 90,000. So can you tell me per unit cost? Direct wages 90,000. Can you tell me per unit cost? Correct. 22.5. Very good. Then machine hours worked 10,000. Machine hour rate 8. So can I say overheads? Can I say overheads? So here 10,000 into 8, I'll write 80,000. Here, can you tell me per unit how much I have to write? So total 80,000. Per unit how much it is? Can I say 20? Correct answer. Very good. Overheads 20. Okay. Then administration overheads. You can write this as production overheads because machine no. This is production overheads. Then admin overheads. Admin overheads. General administration overheads 35,000. So can you tell me here how much should I write? Is it 8.75? Admin overheads 8.75. Correct. Selling overhead 5 rupee. Selling overheads 5 rupee. So now look, listen very carefully. Here they said selling overhead per unit they have given 5. So now I need to multiply this and I need to put something here. Can you tell me how much should I put here? I want answer from you. I want answer from you. Pavan sir, when we know total cost to bring cost per unit, we are dividing with 4,000. So here what we do is 5 rupees we'll take into 4,000 we'll put, that will be 20,000. Sir, no, wrong answer. You cannot multiply with 4,000 because 4,000 is production, but selling overheads will be incurred on sales only. For example, like sales commission. On inventory, you will not pay sales commission. No, when you sell unit, you will incur selling overheads. That is the common sense. Sometimes it can be reverse also, but we will not consider that. In our class, what we consider is, in any costing class, what we consider is selling overheads are directly proportional to sales. So we write plus 5 into 3,600, 18,000. This is selling overheads. Okay, now can you calculate total cost? Total cost per unit is 101.251. Delete this, copy up to this. Okay, once you are done with that, let me know. Yes, after that we'll move further. I'm trying to switch on my other laptop. If it is working, I'll connect. That gives a better view. So guys, are you done up to this? Please respond, then we'll move further. So now you tell me, I'm changing my proforma little. Can you tell me, I want to write something here, yeah. What can be written? Something I want to write, some nickname. I want to put some nickname here. What is the nickname I can put here? Can you tell me, please? Can I put some nickname there? Everybody is saying prime cost. This is cheating. I have not told you. How do you know? Yes, your answer is right. So tell me, what is prime cost per unit? What is prime cost per unit? 67.5, 2,70,000, correct? Okay, now I want one more nickname. If you need to redraft this statement in your notes, redraft it, no problem. So don't worry about it. So first, whatever you have written is working note. This statement will be final. So I want you to put one nickname for this also. Now this column will come and ask, Akka, for prime cost you have given nickname. No, please give a nickname here also. Akka, please Akka. What is the nickname for this? What is the nickname for this? Can I say cost of production? Correct. Can I say cost of production? Yes. So can you tell me what is your cost of production? 87.5. Okay. So total. Now you tell me, before I move further, do I need to do anything here in this blue column? What am I supposed to do? You tell me. Only when you tell, I'll move further. What is that blue line for? I have highlighted one line with the blue. What should I do there? Inventory valuation. Closing stock is to be valued at cost of production. Basics. Closing stock is to be valued at cost of production. So this is basically, this line is basically for 4,000 units, but I sold only 3,600 units. I sold only 3,600 units. So there is a closing stock of 400 units. So we need to add opening stock less closing stock from here. Since in this question opening stock is not there, I can skip that line. So we are doing only less closing stock. So can you tell me what is the value of closing stock? Guys, can you tell me what is the value of closing stock? I want your answer. My answer is ready. I'm ready with my answer. Just I want to know your answer. 400 units into 87.5 each. $400 units into 87.5 each. Now tell me, what is the value of closing stock? Hello, I need answer from you. Otherwise, I will not move further. All these are basics. I want you to do the warm up. 35,000. Very good. Correct. So can I write 35,000 here? Here not applicable. Here not applicable. Then tell me cost of production less closing stock. What will you get? So this is, can I say this is cost of 4,000 units. And here when you do this minus this, can I say this is cost of 3,600 units. This is value of or cost of 400 units. So guys, this you understand, terminology. This term you understand, this term you understand. This is cost of 4,000 units. What is 4,000 units? Production. So this is cost of production. This 3,600 units is sales, goods sold. 3,600 is goods sold. So what is the cost incurred for that? Obviously it will be cost of goods sold. Correct. It is cost of goods sold. Sarath, it is not cost of sales, ma. If it is cost of sales, you need to add all other overheads also. Okay, so it is cost of goods sold. Now what I do is, here 87.5. Now what I do is, I take admin and selling overheads here. Okay, this is called what? Cost of sales. This is called cost of sales. So because here we have only 3,600 units, this will be this divided by 3,600 units. Okay, this is 5 rupees they have given already. So 102.2. Now some students will get a doubt. Sir, administration overheads, shall I include in inventory valuation or no? So whether admin overheads will come above cost of goods sold or below cost of goods sold, whether admin overheads are to be written above cost of goods sold or below cost of goods sold in cost sheet. This is the question. So can you tell me the answer for this? Guys, can you tell me answer for this? whether admin overheads have to be written above cost of goods sold or below cost of goods sold. Below cost of goods sold we have done in this problem. But see, remember one thing, okay? The difference between accounting and costing is when you solve amalgamation, when you solve problems on accounting standards, when you solve problem on consolidated financial statements, when you solve problems on cash flow statement or any other accounting standard, things will be very clear. This item is to be treated like this, full stop, clear. But when you do partnership, you will get headache. Correct? Yes or no? When you do partnership, you will get headache. Why, you know? Because partnership is not governed by any statute or any accounting standard. If statute is there as per company law, this situation you need to record like this, then you will follow statute. If accounting standard says in this situation you need to follow this, then you will follow that accounting standard. But for partnership, what happens, you know, say for example, dissolution of partnership, admission of partner. In one problem they solve in one way, in another problem they solve in another way. Goodwill is calculated in one way here, goodwill is calculated in another way here. Creation of goodwill, writing of goodwill, how many permutations, combinations are there? Student will get mental. Do you know why? Because it is not governed by any statute, it is not governed by any accounting standard. Alternatives are possible. Costing is also same. For costing, there are cost accounting standards, CAS we call, but that is not there in CA syllabus. No, that is there in ICAA final. So I studied cost accounting standards. I know cost accounting standards, but they are not relevant for your CA intermediate syllabus. No. So you don't have any accounting standard or any law for this costing. That is the reason alternative treatments are possible. Alternative 1 possible, alternative 2 possible, alternative 3 possible. Surprisingly, all of them can be correct answers. All of them can be correct answers. So here the answer is A. If admin overheads are incurred for production, include it in cost of production. B. If admin overheads are in the nature of general admin overheads, in the nature of what is this? General. They used the word general. General admin overheads. Don't include it in cost of production. Record it after cost of goods sold. This is the answer. Many students do not know this. They will say, Pawan sir, in one problem, they have considered administration overheads in inventory valuation, Pawan sir. In another problem, they have not considered. Why ICI is doing this, sir? I am getting mental, sir. So student, he doesn't understand when to do what. Simple. If administration overheads are related to production, add them in cost of production. For example, depreciation on building. Depreciation on building. Hold on. You need to understand whether this building is factory building or office building or sales building. It can be sales showroom building. It can be corporate office building. It can be factory overhead building. So simple. If they say depreciation on building, which overhead it is? Simple. If the building is a factory building, then it is production overhead. B. If the building is corporate office building, then it is admin overhead. If it is sales showroom, then it is selling overhead. Similarly, depreciation on car or repairs and maintenance on car. So what is this car or what is this motor vehicle? So they gave motor vehicle. So is this a lorry used to bring raw material into factory? Is it lorry used to bring raw material into factory? Then you add it in production, or it is it a car which is bringing employees into your office? So cab service will be there. No, nowadays, if you join one company, they will send a car to your house, cab. That will be administration audit. If the same motor vehicle is used to deliver good to customer, then it is a selling and distribution audit. So don't go with the name depreciation. Don't go with the name repairs and maintenance. Go with what is the nature, purpose. If you understand like this, there will be no confusion. Otherwise, you'll ask Pawan sir, in one problem they are taking depreciation here, in another problem they are taking depreciation there. So I'm really confused. What should I do? Should I include raw material? Should I include repairs and maintenance here or there? Better, that depends on what is the nature. They have given repairs and maintenance of sales office. Then you include that in sales expense only. But sometimes problem comes, Pawan sir, they used the word depreciation, but they did not tell depreciation on what. They used the word repairs and maintenance, but they did not tell repairs and maintenance of what. Then you need to use your brain. Assumption. It is assumed that the depreciation is on factory building, so included in production cost. Your answer is right. Or you can write a note differently, like in the problem it is given depreciation 60,000. It is assumed that the depreciation is on office building, so included in administration overheads, general admin overheads. You understand? Similarly, they use the word packing. Packing. So should I use packing cost in cost of production, or should I consider it as selling cost? Tell me, guys, you tell me. I'm waiting for answer. All these things you should be very clear. Then only you can solve problems correct. I'm waiting for your answer. Please tell me. Packing cost. Should I consider it as cost of production, or should I consider it as selling expenses? Hello, answer please. I'm waiting for your answer. Someone is saying packing based on purpose. Okay, any other answer? I am looking for a better answer. Primary packing, secondary packing. Primary packing is, including cost of production. Primary packing, including cost of production. Secondary packing, selling expenses. Now, what is primary packing? What is secondary packing? Student will get confused. If it is given in the question, clear. If it is not given in the question, try to understand the meaning. You bought Imani Navratna Tail. Himani Navratna Tail is there, no? Navratna Tail, you remember? How will they give? You went to supermarket and you asked, Anna, give me Imani Navratna Tail. Himani or Imani? Himani Navratna Tail. So you gave 50 rupees to him. He gave you one small packet. So if you observe, there is one carton box. You open and you throw it in dustbin. Open, throw it in dustbin. That is secondary packing for beautifying the product for the purpose of sales. Actually not required. Without that also you can sell. Without that carton box, red color carton box is there, no? Without that also you can sell. But once you open this carton box and throw it in dustbin, inside there will be one plastic bottle in which this red color oil is stored and sold. Without this plastic bottle, you cannot sell oil. That is primary packing. Toothpaste, Colgate toothpaste, they have put it in one tube. The tube is put in one carton. So the moment you come home, you open the carton, throw the carton in dustbin. Tube you will use it till the paste inside it gets exhausted. That is primary packing. Do you understand the difference between primary packing and secondary packing? If it is primary packing, it should be included in cost of production. If it is secondary packing, it is selling expenses. These are very important points. You understand? And then they used the word direct remuneration. 10 lakhs. Pawan sir, in the cost sheet they gave director remuneration 10 lakhs. Where should I put Pawan sir? Is there any hint? The director is a sales director or marketing director, or maybe he is normal director, executive director, non-executive director, independent director, or they used the word production in charge director, director production. For production also there can be director, factory in charge. So based on this you write, if it is the case, you write it in selling overhead. If he is director, you write it in admin overhead. If it is production director, you include it in cost of production, production overhead. So based on this you need to write. Sometimes what happens, if you do not understand it, you'll write a wrong answer. Now the question is, Pawan sir, in the question ICAI twisted, they said director remuneration. What this director is doing, they did not mention. If they did not mention anything, I'll take this. If they mention something, I'll go with that. If they have not mentioned anything, I assume he's overall director. Then admin overhead it is. Corporate office expenses. You understand? So guys, again coming back to this is the table. Do you understand this? If you understand this table, say yes, one thumbs up. So I said we'll solve problems, but in the problem, how much of theory I have explained, how many very important principles from exam point of view we have covered. So I'm covering concept, I'm covering exam orientation also. So guys, do you understand this? In the question, they asked you 2 points. What they asked? In the question, they asked you 2 points. One, they asked you to calculate this. Second, they asked you to calculate what? Go back to the question. Cost per unit they asked. We calculated cost per unit is 1 or 2.22. Then they asked profit for the month. Statement showing calculation of profit for the month. Particulars, amount rupees. Now, sales revenue. Can you tell me sales revenue? 3,600 units you sold into 125 rupees is selling price. Guys, can you tell me what is sales revenue? Hello, sales revenue, please. Is it 4,50,000? Correct. Less cost of sales. Less cost of sales. 3,68,000. Correct. Therefore, profit for the period is equal to this minus this, 82,000. That's all. So guys, do you understand this problem number 1? We have solved problem number 1. Shall we go to next problem? If you understand this, shall we do one more problem? If you are done with this problem, type done in the chat box. Type done. Once you say done, we'll continue. Okay, Janani is saying done. What about others? Nivin is saying done. Seturaman, Kesina, Pregna, Very good. What about others? There are more people. Hello. Very good. Super. So before going to next problem, what we do is we'll try to understand the proforma. Okay, right now. Proforma cost sheet. Proforma cost sheet. Proforma cost sheet. Under that, prepare serial number, particulars, total cost, cost per unit. Cost per unit. In proforma only dummy columns, but in when we solve a problem, that cost per unit column also is relevant. So put the heading specimen or proforma cost sheet. In case of a manufacturing company, proforma cost sheet in case of a manufacturing company. Under that, serial number, particulars, total cost, cost per unit. Under that, write down 1. Direct materials consumed. What is the first item? Direct materials consumed. Direct materials consumed. Underline. Direct materials consumed. Underline. Under that, we'll take opening stock, add purchases during the period, less closing stock, then we get materials consumed. Already I told you this. In few examples, I told this. Then employee cost, then direct expenses, then it will be prime cost. Then in the proforma, we will learn adjustment of work in progress, adjustment of finished goods also. Okay, so all of you copy this proforma in your notes. I know that you have ICI study materials, and study material it is there, but still you have to write all this stuff in your notes with your handwriting. So don't be lazy. Sir, I'll take screenshots, sir. Sir, I have a book with me, sir. No, no drama. You have to write everything. You have to write everything, okay? So once you copy, tell me you're done, then I'll move further. Okay, once you copy, let me know. So are you done with copying this? Very good. So we'll solve one more problem now. We'll solve one more problem. Problem number 2 will solve. Your today's homework is this proforma you have written now. Read it 5 times. Read it 5 times. Pavan sir, shall I? Yes. Because the basics should be very strong, okay? And you should not struggle in the exam hall when you are preparing cost sheet. Should I put this item above cost of production or below cost of production? Is it above cost of goods sold or below cost of goods sold? Is it above cost of sales or below cost of sales? You should not get this kind of stupid doubts, okay? You should be very thorough. So now you tell me how many of you are going to read this proforma 5 times today? It will take hardly 10 minutes, okay? 10 minutes. How many of you are going to read this 5 times? You follow my instructions, you will get, I'm telling you, easily 70 plus. Little laziness you have. I understood. This guy is telling 5 times read, 2 times read. I will not read. That is bad, I'm telling you. That is bad. Very good. One student said, I will read. What about others? Yes, 2 students said, I will read. Next. Don't be lazy, okay? At this age, you should not be lazy. Okay, very good. Very good. So any doubts in this proforma, or can we go to one more problem? We'll solve one more problem. Now it is 9:20 approx. So our class is up to 9:30, no? So we can solve one more problem. Shall we solve problem number 2? Yes, sir. Janani, can you read problem number 2, ma? Janani, can you read problem number 2?
Sure, sir. The following information has been obtained from the records of ABC Corporation for the period from June 1 to June 30, 2020.
Okay.
Cost of raw materials for June 1, 2020, 60,000. June 30, 2020, 50,000.
So,
Cost of work in progress.
One second, Janani. In this 60,000, 50,000, can you tell me what is opening stock, what is closing stock?
To June 30. 60,000 is opening stock and 50,000 will be closing stock.
Very good. Correct. Continue.
Cost of work in progress for June 1, 12,000. June 30, 15,000. Cost of stock of finished goods, June 1, 90,000. June 30, 1,10,000. Purchase of raw.
Can I say these are opening stocks and these are closing stocks?
These are closing stocks.
Correct. Everybody, will you agree with me? 60,000, 12,000, 90,000 are opening stocks. 50,000, 15,000, 1,10,000 are closing stocks. Are we on the point? Yes. Continue.
Yes. And for June 30, it is 1,10,000. Purchase of raw materials during June 2020, 4,80,000 for June 30. Wages.
One second. Can you calculate and tell me, all of you, can you calculate and tell me what is raw material consumed? Raw material consumed. I want you to calculate raw material. Take calculator, take one number, add another number, subtract another number, tell me the answer. A plus B minus C. What is raw material consumed? Raw material consumed. Sarath is saying 5,10,000. Kesina Pragna is saying 4,90,000. Then one more student.
4,67,000.
4,67,000. No, how?
I just
consider only opening stock of raw material, add purchases minus closing stock of raw material. Hello, opening stock 60,000, add purchases 4,80,000.
4,80,000.
Seriously, do 60 plus 480.
4,90,000.
Minus 50. 4,90,000 is the answer. So all of you understand 4,90,000. Very good. Continue.
Yes, sir. Wages paid 2,40,000.
Wait.
Factory.
Wait. Can you calculate prime cost? Fast. Give me prime cost.
It's 7,30,000.
7,30,000. Correct. Next.
Factory overheads 1 lakh.
Wait. Can you calculate factory cost? Works cost.
8,30,000.
Correct. But there are two types of works cost. One is gross works cost. One is net works cost.
Net works cost.
What is the difference between gross works cost and net works cost? Work in progress. So this 8,30,000 is there, no? This is gross works cost. So what you need to do is add opening stock of work in progress less closing stock of work in progress. You will get net factory cost, net works cost. You understand? Janani, are you following me?
Yes, sir. Following, sir.
Correct, ma. Kesna, correct answer. Very good. Don't worry, we'll solve it on the board. But
8,27,000.
Very good. 8,27,000. Correct. So factory cost is 8,27,000. Next.
Administration overheads related to production.
So
50,000.
Cost of production. Administration overheads related to production. Shall I consider this in cost of production? Yes. So you told 8,27,000. To that add 50,000. What is
8,77,000.
8,77,000.
Correct.
What is that 8,77,000?
Cost of good available for sale.
Cost of goods sold.
No, sir, it's
That is not cost of goods sold. That is cost of production. So cost of production, add opening stock of finished goods minus closing stock of finished goods is cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold. So try to understand the pro forma. So if you take cost of production, add opening stock of finished goods less closing stock of finished goods. Here you will get cost of goods sold. To this add over, then cost of sales.
sales.
Correct? You understand this, Janani?
Yes, sir.
That's all. Simple. So here you said cost of production like 27,000 or something. You said no. Factory cost you said 8,27,000. So here you said factory cost 8,27,000. To this add admin overheads 50,000. So cost of production 8,77,000. Correct? Now can you tell me what opening stock of finished goods is given in the question? Opening stock of finished goods is given in the question. Tell me how much it is.
90,000.
Closing stock how much?
1,10,000.
So cost of goods sold कितना है? बोलो. Can I say 8 lakh?
8,57,000.
Selling overheads कितना है? बोल. Selling overheads. How much?
25,000.
25,000. Cost of sales?
It's 8,82,000.
That's all.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Then
yes, sir.
This is given in the question.
Sales.
Sales is given in the question.
Yes, sir.
10 lakhs. Therefore,
10 lakhs. Profit.
The profit. Bolo,
1,68,000.
1 lakh?
Sorry, 1 second.
1,18,000.
1,18,000.
Correct. Here we can find opening stock of raw materials. Add raw material purchase. Closing stock of raw material. Bolo, numbers tell me, ma. What is that sound? Opening stock of raw material. Selling, madam, how much?
The question is not this, sir. 60,000.
Raw material purchased.
Purchase 4,80,000.
Okay. Closing stock of raw materials.
50,000.
Raw material consumed. Bolo.
4,90,000.
Correct. To this, what will you do? Add wages. So, wages how much?
2,40,000.
Then this is prime cost. How much?
7,30,000.
Okay. To this, what will you do? Add. To prime cost, you will add factory overhead.
Factory overhead.
How much?
1 lakh.
Gross works cost.
Cost.
How much it is?
8,30,000.
8,30,000. To this, add opening stock of work in progress. Then less closing stock of work in progress. Now tell what is opening stock of work in progress?
12,000.
12,000. Closing stock of work in progress?
It's 15,000.
Factory overhead.
8,27,000.
Plus 12,000 minus 15,000. So that is 8,27,000. This is called net works cost, or you can call it factory cost also. So this is the answer. So how many of you understand the answer on the board? Janani madam?
Sir.
You understand?
Understood, sir.
How do I ask? Do you understand in Tamil? Purinjida.
Purinjada. Purinjada.
So guys, all of you tell me you understand this answer. So don't you think it is very easy learning this way? So guys, tell me if you have any doubts. One student asked me, Pavan sir, in the pro forma cost of recoveries, credit for recoveries is there. Pavan sir, what is the meaning of that? It is nothing but scrap value. Ma. For example, I bought, say for example, 100 units. So I have spent 1 lakh rupees. But in that set, 2 units are defective units. The defective units, I am able to sell them for 500 rupees. So purchases 1 lakh. Less some scrap value, some defectives scrap value, say 500 rupees. So what is your net cost of purchase? This minus this. This is known as credit for recovery. Janani, you asked this doubt. Do you understand this now?
Yes. Yes, sir.
This is called cost credit for recovery. This is called credit for recovery. We do this in process costing also. We do this in joint products by products also. We do this in many ways, many situations. So are we done with this problem? Are we done for the day? Shall we close the class because it is 9:30 dot. Exactly. So tomorrow morning, 6:30 is our class. So if you are attending accounts class, I'll see you today evening at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, we are starting group 1 accounts. Okay, if you are a costing student, I'll see you tomorrow morning. If you are both for costing and accounts, we'll see you at 6 o'clock today evening. Okay. So take care. 6th chapter cost sheet, read theory. All of you. 6th chapter cost sheet, read theory. So this theory is very easy. Okay. So just look here. Look here. They are saying functional classification of elements, material cost, employee cost, expenses, production overheads, admin overheads, selling overheads, distribution overheads, research and development. Then various subheadings, prime cost, cost of production, cost of goods sold, cost of sale. Then what is prime cost, material cost, labor cost, expenses, prime cost. Then what is raw material consumed, opening stock of materials, add purchases, less closing stock, direct material consumed. So all these things you know, right? So just they are putting that in a pro forma. So you have to read the theory. First 4 or 5 pages of theory you need to read. Then we'll try to understand more theory tomorrow and then we'll solve more problems tomorrow. So we are done for the day. Thank you so much. Tomorrow morning, 6:30, I'll see you again. Bye.